Teachers nowadays really have to wear a lot of different hats. You have to be a good online teacher, you have to be a good offline teacher, you have to be good in between, service provider, counselor, so many different things. And with the pandemic, really things have started to divide, especially the digital divide. Now you may be saying, okay, now, how has online teaching impacted the digital divide? Really, how has emergency online teaching impacted the digital divide? Welcome to the Exceptional Teacher channel, where students and teachers can learn how to be the best they can with the latest educational tools, resources, and tips. I'm your humble host and SPED teacher, Destiny Jordan. Now you may be thinking, what is digital divide? Well, the digital divide is, in education, the gap between those who have sufficient knowledge and access to internet and technology along with those who do not. And so this really means for students and families to understand how to use technology, not just having it, and also having access to reliable internet access and high speed. This also means households have to have sufficient internet speed, and that really impacts densely populated areas and rural communities as well. And so where do you think this all come from? The digital divide has been a decade-old problem, really starting all the way back in the 1960s during the Cold War in Soviet Union and our race to space. And so back in 1960, when our race to space, the government started to fund math and science and technology for Americans' education to enhance us in the area of science and technology against the Russians. And so in 1963, they had the Vocational Education Act that the government would help fund schools to have technology in the schools. And by the mid-1980s, Apple, everyone's favorite computer, was in schools, integrated in schools and technology. However, as technology started to advance and the government funding went away for a lot of technology, a lot of schools couldn't keep up with the demand of having technology. And so it became where schools and communities that had enough funds to fund the projects and fund having technology in the schools kept on going. But then there were communities and schools that could not keep up with the funding because they had to fund it themselves, along with other things and grants, and they didn't have enough funds. So those students were not able to access those technologies, and the divide started to grow. And so there's a lot of disparities between communities that have the funds and communities that do not have the funds. Fun fact, again, evolutions of email in 1965 in Massachusetts Institute. However, jump forward to 1971, Ray Tomlinson invented the email that we know between organizations. And that, truth be told, makes email only 57 years old, so it's relatively young. And then let's talk about the internet. The official birthday of the internet was January 1st, 1981, which makes the internet, and let's just also keep in mind that the internet, even though it was created in 1980s, a lot of people didn't use the internet until the 1990s, early 2000s during the dot-com bubble. So all in all, the internet is only about 39 years old if we're going back in that day. So all these technologies are fairly new, almost in one generation. And so at this point in time, really families and children may not know the full potential of how to use technologies and how they're growing vital and necessity in the workplace and also at home. Which brings us to the point of now, how has really COVID-19 impacted the digital divide or the skyrocketing of the digital divide?